time when we must stay at home and you can't be in that special place you love, all you can do is dream of being there. Imagine the rugged beauty of our national park. Picture the majesty of our Great Cliffs. Hover over our tranquil islands and drift away on our waterways. Dreaming of the place you love is one thing. Tasting it, feeling it, smelling it, experiencing it. Those are the special moments that dreams can't buy. Don't worry, we're still here, ready to make your dreams a reality. When you can't be in the place you love, dream of Clare. We'll see you soon.
Best of luck to all the girls that are giving it their 100% for their club. Over the weekend, may you enjoy it first and foremost, and may the best team win, and best of luck, girls. I managed to get as far as the county junior team myself back in the day, and wow, what a buzz and what a sport. So enjoy it, girls, and best of luck to all the teams. Gur míle maith agaibh. Slán.
welcome back to Father McNamara Park in Ennis. It's Channel Clare bringing you the fourth Clare Camogie Cup final of the weekend. It's been a fabulous weekend weather-wise, and we've had some great hurling so far in the three finals. The fourth final of the weekend that we're going to bring you is clash of Corofin and Broadford, and that's in the Junior A county final. I'm joined again by Anne-Marie McGann. We're just going to very quickly run through the teams. Corofin line out with Siobhan Lane in goals, full back line of Sinead Collins, Aoife Ford and Laura Mullen, half back line Rebecca Collins, Karina McMahon and Ciara Higney, midfield Aoife Madigan and Ciara Corbett. Their half forward line consists of Eva Carey, Louise Brown and Amy O'Brien, and the inside line Lizzie Roach, at full forward Aoibhinn Malone, and wearing number 15 Rachel Fitzpatrick. And Anne-Marie, your thoughts on Corofin's starting team?
Yeah, I suppose they're an experienced outfit. Louise Brown is having a fantastic championship so far. They have Aoibhinn Malone, who possibly is probably going to be the top scorer of the championship so far. Karina McMahon, they're all experienced players. I suppose they have a big loss in Alicia Malone. She was playing centre back, she broke her finger. Broadford will have a girl missing as well, but I think Alicia would have a big impact on the game, and not being at that centre back position and distributing the ball as well as Alicia had been doing, might cost them. But Karina McMahon has slotted back in there to the centre back position. Hopefully she'll have a great game today, but it's an experienced team for Corofin.
And the Broadford team then, they line out with Aoife Boland in goals, their full back line Siobhan O'Connell, Catherine Donlan, Emma O'Brien, the half back line Aoife Vaughan, Karen Ryan as centre back and Emma Spate at left half back. Midfield Aoife O'Brien and Anya Ryan, their half forward line Susan O'Shea, Niamh Mulqueen and Emma Cooper, and the inside trio Aoife Dillon, Caroline Fortune Maloney and Katie Maloney. And I suppose one thing that we should probably point out for the viewers is that Broadford have COVID jerseys, so they're wearing the same jerseys all year, but the jerseys are all over the place in terms of where players are playing on the field.
I suppose they followed the guidelines at the start of the year, and obviously Aoife Vaughan has number 1 and she's way out the field, and look, they're going by different numbers, but Broadford left it very late to get over the line against Aina Kilnamona in the last game. I'm probably delighted they beat Aina Kilnamona. It's a bad show if a second team has beaten a first team in the competition. As I said, Aoife Vaughan's been having a fantastic game, doing serious work. Aoife Dillon has been great as well, and Aoife Boland in goal has been very solid. I suppose they need to have a good start, and they need to punish Corofin to keep in this game. And Ali Troy is missing. She done her kneecap above in Corofin in the round game in the first time they were playing, and she's going to be a massive loss for them. So I suppose it kind of evens up. They're missing Alicia Malone, Corofin, and Ali Troy is missing from Broadford. So it's going to be an even enough game. Probably another one that's going to be very hard to call as well.
The referee this evening is Noel Quinn. Conditions are absolutely perfect. Again, like there has been throughout the weekend, there is a bit of a breeze, probably going to be favouring the team playing down towards where Corofin are currently warming up, but not it hasn't proven to be a huge factor, the breeze, in the previous 3 cup finals, Emery.
Not really, and I think it's been stronger probably today than yesterday, but it tends to go down to the far corner. Just anyone who's taking frees and that need to be aiming for the near post, and hopefully let the wind pull it across. But you'll know after the first 1 or 2, if you're an experienced enough free taker, that you'll be aiming for the near post. And I'd say the management's had them well oiled at this stage. We've been here for a long day, and the breeze hasn't really changed, so it'll be something that I suppose free takers be conscious of.
And Anne-Marie, just before we take a quick break and go back to the commentary box, before the game starts at 5:30, who do you think at this point is probably going to win it?
Oh God, it's a very close game to call, probably similar to the last one. Alan Heher in the management there has a lot of experience, and I suppose so has Carmel Dillon and Paul O'Connell on the other side. I think Corofin will probably get over the line. Aoibhinn Malone has been in fantastic form, and they'll be looking to her to punish along with Louise Brown.
Thanks indeed to Anne-Marie for that. We're getting close to the 5:30 throw-in time. We're going to take a very quick break. We'll be back in about a minute with the start of the Junior A county final between Corofin and Broadford. live at Father McNamara Park for the Junior A Clare Camogie County Final, brought to you live on Channel Clare, and it is brought to you, of course, in association with Clare County Council and Visit Clare. It's a perfect evening for hurling here in Ennis. Corofin up against Broadford in the Junior A County Final. As we can see in front of us here, Corofin getting their last few instructions, and over to the far side the same is true for Broadford. It hopefully has the makings, Anne-Marie, of a very exciting final and a great finish to what has been a really good weekend here in Father McNamara Park.
Yeah, and I suppose the promo of the Festival Camogie has really lived up to it. You know, we've had a couple of fantastic games over the weekend. This is definitely going to be an interesting game on how it pans out and who's marking who, but Broadford lost last year to Tulla, and Tulla are now up to intermediate. They'll really want to avenge for that and get off to a good start here, but as you can see, Alan Hehard is inside in the middle of the Corofin players. He's really trying to rile them up, you know, and they need to get off to a good start here if they're to get over Broadford.
Conditions here are perfect. It's all set up for a really good game, and we also have a result from one of the 4 Shield finals that took place over the weekend, Emery.
Yeah, the intermediate Shield was on in Clooney Quinn there and started at 4 o'clock, and it's Clarecastle Ballyea 4:15 and Air Oak 2:12. Be interesting to see who the scorers were there in the intermediate, because I think Darren Murphy was in with a shout for top scorer in the intermediate. There was a few close to her as well, and Lorna as well, Lorna Mack, so it'll be interesting to see who manages to get that at the end of this championship.
The two midfield combinations, Aoife O'Brien from Broadford and Anya Ryan, and their counterparts in Corofin, Aoife Madigan and Ciara Corbett, are ready for action in the middle of the field. Referee Noel Quinn is ready as well. It seems he's going to throw the ball in, and hopefully we're in for a really exciting Junior A final. Immediately Corofin are into the attack, and Ciara Corbett drives it forward. The ball is picked up by centre forward Louise Brown. Louise Brown pops it off as far as wing forward Amy O'Brien. Amy looks around her and she tried to find the corner forward Lizzie Roach, but the ball breaks for their midfielder again, Ciara Corbett. She hits it over as far as their wing forward Eva Carey. The corner forward now is trying to win it, Rachel Fitzpatrick. So in the early seconds, Corofin attacking, but I have to say good defending from Broadford. They're holding up Corofin and they're not allowing them much space in which to look up and hit the ball or hit a pass. But as I say, that Broadford give away a free, and it's a scoreable free as well
for Avian Malone.
It's about 35 yards out for the full forward, and that was I suppose good sustained pressure, and the free eventually won by Ciara Corbett. So it was a good early start from Corofin.
A good start, and you'd think that Avian Malone is going to put that over the bar. Amy O'Brien is standing in front of us here. She was free as well a few minutes ago. I don't know, have Broadford not anyone marking her, but I think Aoife Vaughan is coming out there, but if anyone had looked up across the field, Amy O'Brien was on her own.
Just over a minute gone, and Corofin lead by a point, courtesy of that free from Avian Malone. So they've made a good start, but it's extremely early, and as we speak now, opportunity for Niamh Mulqueen. She's attacking, she shoots from an angle. That's a really good effort and an absolutely superb point from centre forward Niamh Mulqueen. Excellent score, and that's going to be a huge. It's always good to get an early score in the county final, especially when the other team are just after scoring.
And straight out from the puck out, straight out as far as Niamh Mulqueen, and took on the ball and running down along the line, and automatically knocks off that Corofin score and a poor free that was given away by Broadford.
The puck out is taken by Siobhan Lane. It's a very lengthy puck out. Broadford are trying to win it on the far side, as our Corofin. There's 3 or 4 players around the ball. Like to say, it's probably gone all over the sideline. The linesman, I think, says it's a line ball for Corofin.
Lineswoman,
I should say. So it's going to be a line ball on the far side for Corofin, looking to launch a second attack. Not the greatest line ball. Broadford's cut it out, and they come out with it, drive it up the field, and let's see now who, I think it's Caroline Fortune Maloney, is driven into her, and battling inside with Sinead Collins. It's good play from the Corofin defence. There was a bit of space there. Niamh Mulqueen is trying to get on it. Karina McMahon is driving out with it now as well, and really good defensive play from Karina. Aoife Vaughan, wearing number 1, picks drives it up the field. It's going to be cut out by the Corofin left half back, Ciara Cagney. That's good defending from Ciara Cagney, but there's two Broadford players holding her up, and she needs a bit of help from somebody in a red and white jersey. Eventually, excellent play from Louise Brown. She moves in, picks it up, looks up, hits it down the field. Absolutely superb pass, really good pass inside to the wing forward. She's bearing down on goal. Lizzie Rose, corner forward. Lizzie is flattened.
Grant, that's better off than in the back of the net, to be honest. You're better off to give that away. Like if that she was going straight on, it would have been definitely in the back of the net. An early yellow card there for Broadford, but look, catching Donlan, she came straight across and gave her a right shoulder, but better off than in the back of the net anyway. I love a bit of play like that.
Yeah, well, you got it there, because Lizzie Roach was through. It was a nice ball through, and maybe if she'd controlled it instantly, she kind of it took her a second touch to control it. If she'd controlled it instantly, she was probably gone, but she was still in on goal, and well and truly hauled down. There's no other way of putting that. So hopefully Lizzie Roach will be okay. She'll get up and be able to continue with the game. Presumably Avian Malone will take the free. And tap over Corofin's second point.
A break, I suppose, while Lizzie Roach is down. There's more shout-outs. I think we've never got so many shout-outs over a whole weekend, but for Broadford, James and Nicola Gunning cheering on Broadford from Calgary in Canada, and Kieran Casey and Brian Taylor, two Broadford hurlers watching from down under. So, you know, as we said, we've a lot of people out for and watching the games, and it's a great opportunity for them to see them through Channel Clare and the Clare Camogie Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah, it's one of the things that I've most enjoyed about the weekend. The amount of people that have made contact from abroad, like from a lot of different countries. It's great. Avian Malone now stands over this, and so presumably is going to just tap it over, which is what she does. Corofin lead by 2 points to 1 after 5 minutes. Aoife Boland wearing 15 but playing in goals for Broadford. She's going to take the puck out. She's looking up and she bangs it more or less down the middle. Broadford pick it up, and that's a really good play there and a really good effort as well from their number 19. She bangs it forward, but it's cleared eventually, but picked up again, cut inside to their full forward. Well, she's wearing 14, not playing it full forward, turns and puts it over the bar, and that's an excellent score from Emma Cooper. She's wearing 14 but she's playing wing, and that was good pressure high up the field from Broadford, and coaches and people involved with teams love nothing more, Emery, than to see their forwards putting the pressure on a defender coming out with the ball and turning it over and getting the score.
It's what you teach everyone. Their first line of defence starts in the full forward line, and you have to battle for all the balls. On your right on the ball here now.
Battling for us in front of us, and she on her line picks it up for Broadford, but the ball drops out over the line, and that was excellent pressure there from Ciara Corbett, who's made a good start. She's had a very good opening 5 or 6 minutes for Corofin, so it's going to be a line ball now for Corofin. The line ball is going to be taken by Karina McMahon just in front of us here on what's a lovely sunny evening here in Ennis, and there's been a good start to this game. Not the greatest line ball from Ciara Corbett. It's picked up by Broadford, and they're trying to work their way out of danger. But eventually it's turned over. Louise Brown is in on goal. She's going the direct route. She pops it off into space to Lizzie Roach again. Lizzie Roach looks up, pops it back. Is it going to get a bit tight in there? Avian Malone doesn't think so. She's taken on 3 players and sent it straight over the bar, and that's a really, really good score under pressure, and good play. I thought Lizzie Roach might have had a shot, but she recycled it and ended up in a great score.
And a great, that's what Louise Brown brings to the play. She bursts and runs straight through the middle and managed to give a good pass to Lizzie Roach and over to Avian Malone, and you were sure on it was going to be a point.
They're back in front of us here now. It's eventually picked up by Lizzie Roach, who's far out the field again. She's all over the place in the opening few minutes here. Yet again, Ciara Corbett is involved. She pops it in as far as Amy O'Brien, number 12, but I think it's going to go wide, and eventually the goalkeeper Aoife Boland allows it to go wide, and it rolls out harmlessly enough over the sideline. The scoreline remains as it was. Corofin leading by a point, 3 points to Broadford's 2, and we've had 8 minutes, and the latest puck out now from Aoife Boland up towards centre forward Niamh Mulqueen, but good defending from Corofin, and they eventually come out with it. That's excellent play there from Aoife Ford. Superb play under huge pressure, but it's cut out at the far side of the field by Emma O'Brien, I think it is, and she strikes it up the field. Let's see who's going to win it here, up towards Niamh Mulqueen. Excellent play. She started very well as centre forward, wearing 19. Niamh Mulqueen lays it off. As far as Aoife O'Brien now under a bit of pressure, back towards Niamh Mulqueen again. She's taking it on. Excellent stuff there from Aoife Madigan. Really good play. Good defending from Corofin, but Broadford are sticking at it. Yet another superb block from Aoife Madigan, but the ball is still inside with Catherine Fortune Maloney, and she spills possession. Good defending there from Sinead Collins, right cornerback, wearing 2, and eventually Noel Quinn says that's a free out, and that was good defending from Corofin.
Yeah, and I suppose Niamh Mulqueen should have drove forward a little bit more, shortened to Hurley, and she's a better strike than that to be caught on the hook. But great defending, in fairness, by Corofin. They're battling hard here right in front of us, and every ball is being fought for.
Yeah, it really has been a really good, intense opening. Everything is on the line, and both sets of players hugely committed. Some very good hurling as well, it has to be said. Some very good defending, and we've had some very nice scores. The ball breaks back as far as Ciara Corbett yet involved in an awful lot of play for Corofin. Tries to open up the play, spreads it to the far side. Ava Malone is out. Superb, turns over her shoulder, straight over the bar, and we've seen some really good scores over the weekend. That's as good as what we've seen.
Yeah, that's her 4th score. She had 2 frees and 2 points now. Fantastic touch. We were talking about Deirdre Murphy in the second game there. She had a great touch into her hand and over the bar. Exactly the same thing there done by Avi Malone. Great touch into her hand and strike over the shoulder. Louise
from Ciara Corbett was excellent that time as well, as Louise Brown pops it off. Opportunity here now perhaps, but it's excellent defending. Corofin now bearing down on goal, and that's looks like another point. Yes, absolutely superb point from Corofin's corner forward Rachel Fitzpatrick. Superb score under pressure, and it's always, I suppose, it's grand to get a score no matter how you get it, but when you get a score under pressure with 2 or 3 people hanging off you
and falling down as well, another thing, and a great score to settle down things, because Avian was the only one on the scoreboard, so it's good to get another score there.
Corofin now 3 points up, 5 points to 2. Corina McMahon has it, turns and pops it back, and the cornerback Laura Mullen hits it forward as far as Lizzie Roach, very far out and very busy. Absolutely excellent defending there from Broadford's Anya Ryan. Put the hand up, caught it, won the free, and chance now maybe for Broadford to settle down a small bit. They probably need to put a small bit of play together here. It's going to be taken by their centre back Carden Ryan. They need to just, I suppose, settle a small bit and try and create a small bit of, put a couple of passes together and make something happen. But it is very early in the game. We've only had 11 minutes, and Corofin leading by 3 points. Ball hit forward but cut out well inside again by Sinead Collins. Sinead Collins is playing really well, and Marie inside cornerback, but as I say, she spills it but wins it back again. That's good. Under a small bit of pressure, pops it forward. As far as her wing back Ciara Hegney trying to burst out, pops it onto Lizzie Roach in front of us here. Trying to find Louise Brown. Eventually she was looking at Ciara Corbett. Louise Brown wins it. Fresh air's cut out. Niamh Mulqueen has it. Niamh Mulqueen involved a lot early in the game. Ciara Hegney is defending as well, getting down over the ball, and eventually Noel Quinn says going to throw it in there, ladies, and I suppose that happened a few times in the last game. Yeah,
that's noticeable, I suppose, over the weekend. There's a lot of rucks, and I suppose not many teams trying to give a good advantage to their opponents in running, so albeit lie on the ball or stop it in any way possible.
Ryan throws it in. There's 4 or 5 players around it. It's going to be tough enough to come out there, but eventually Eva Vaughan does come out, tears out, and just about goes out over the sideline.
Inches.
I mean, you couldn't really have argued if there hadn't been a line ball given there, but
it's close enough.
Anyway, it was close, so we will give the benefit of any small doubt. So it's going to be a line ball, and Corina McMahon, the Corofin centre back, is going to take it. They're leading by 5 points to 2 after 12 and a half minutes. We mentioned it once or twice. Perfect conditions here at Father McNamara Park. The ball is cut out. It's a really good crossfield ball from Susan O'Shea. Let's see what's going to happen here. But Corofin defended well, pushing the back, and that free was won there by Rebecca Collins, the right half back. Good defending. She was facing her own goals and out to cut out the danger and won the free.
Siobhan Lane has got some puck of a ball now, so it'll be interesting to see. I hope commentators curse it, don't say it before she hits it, but she has a great puck of the ball. It'll be interesting to see where this lands.
A lot of space between the Corofin half forward line and their inside line, so they'll be hoping maybe to exploit that if it goes in over the top. But that's well cut out by Karen Ryan at centre back. She's wearing 13 but playing at centre back, and 5 or 6 players around the ball here again. Eventually a Corofin player emerges with it into Aoibhinn Malone inside. She looks extremely sharp, gets beyond the full back,
just dropped it,
just lost control at the last second. She's got it back. What's going to happen here? Turn and shoots, it's blocked down, and Broadford trying to get 2 or 3 players around the ball, eventually win the free out. And you'd have to say is that good defending from Broadford? I think it was at the end, but there was a chance on as well. And
she'd be disappointed now she couldn't get that ball into her hand there and get it. I thought she was going to head for goal straight away, but at least even to get a point out of it would have been something. But Karen Ryan taking the free here now. Karen
Ryan bangs it downfield, lands in the middle of the field. Ciara Corbett contesting. Corofin win it back. Their wing back Rebecca Collins breaks forward, but that's nicely cut out inside by Broadford defender Siobhan O'Connell, wearing number 18, playing cornerback, and 2 or 3 players battling for it on the far side of the field. We can hear the subs bench on the far side in Broadford. They're making plenty of noise, and well, that's a good sign, because obviously it means an awful lot to these players. And Aoife Ford on the ball now, driving it forward, not the greatest length, but it's flicked on inside. Let's see who's going to pick it up inside. They're Broadford's trying to win possession back. Anya Ryan has it, but doesn't get a clean shot on it. It's pulled on inside. It could go anywhere. Broadford now have an opportunity, but overcarried according to Noel Quinn. Aoife Dillon eventually got it into her hand, but referee Noel Quinn said that she overcarried, and that's a free out. And again, we've seen some good examples on both sides of the field of good defenders getting around, making it hard for the forward to get the space to get the shot in, and the Corofin goalkeeper Siobhan Lane now has this free out. She drives it, gives a great length, lands inside the Broadford half of the field. The ball breaks, Broadford win it back in the middle of the field, and now perhaps a small little bit of space in which to work on here and break forward, and good scoring opportunity perhaps here now for Aoife Dillon. She fresh air, excellent defending again from Corofin, and coming out with the ball is Karina McMahon, but the clearance not the best. Anya Ryan picks it up. Anya Ryan shoots for break. Corofin leading by 5 points to 2. We're going to take a very quick break. Back in a minute. And you're back live at Father McNamara Park. It's water break time in the first half of the Junior A Championship Camogie final. Corofin up against Broadford, and Corofin lead by 3 points, 5 points to 2 after just over 17 minutes. And at this stage, Anne-Marie, deservedly so, they just look a small bit more fluent in attack. And I suppose at this point, Avian Malone has been the difference.
Yeah, Avian Malone has been the difference, scoring 2 frees and 2 points, and I suppose they're trying to target her all the time. They'll be looking now for Louise Brown to do a bit of running here and break in through the half back line of Aoife Vaughan, Karen Ryan and Emma Spate. But Corofin seem to be a little bit more settled in the ball. Broadford are shooting, on sight, waste of time really, because they need to get in around the goal mouth, or unless someone is outside them calling for the ball that is confident enough to get the bar. But 5 points to 2, nothing really in it. Nolly doesn't look like he's going calling any end to this water break anytime soon, but he's having a grand old chat with the linesman, whatever he thinks is going on. But and everyone down below is having a chat as well, to our right.
Yeah, I think this is a good example of a nice relaxed water break on a nice sunny evening.
Now he's so horizontal, he won't be panicked
on a nice sunny evening in Ennis at Father McNamara Park. It's the fourth of the cup finals held this weekend, brought to you live on Channel Clare in association with Clare County Council and Visit Clare. So the game is going to resume again now in a couple of seconds, and I think it's going to be it is going to be a puck out for Corofin's goalkeeper Siobhan Lane. She's tapping side. Noel Quinn blows a whistle, and the first half is back on after that water break. The ball lands, and it's really well picked up by Broadford, banged inside, probably a bit too much length in that. Caroline Fortune-Maloney battling for it inside. Dangerous ball across, but superbly cut out by Karina McMahon at centre back, and that really showed good defensive instinct in the middle of the field, but out battled by Niamh Mulqueen. Niamh Mulqueen has been very good for Broadford in the opening 18-19 minutes at this stage. Anya Ryan trying to pick it up, but yet again Ciara Corbett, who's been excellent, wins it back and finds a teammate with a really good pass. And there's a lot of space here, a huge amount of space.
Louise Brown
turns, hits it, it's going to drop short, and the Broadford defender gets across, but doesn't hold on to the ball. Good
pushing going on.
Yeah, Lizzie Roach battling hard for it. The centre forward picks it up, Louise Brown, but eventually Broadford get it clear. Good defending, but this should be cut out by the Corofin cornerback, who's high up the field, but the two Corofin players went for the same ball. That was Laura Mullen. Eventually Avian Malone, this time back behind the 45, wins possession again and is fouled.
The two girls, the Corofin girls, should be calling it there. They're lucky that kind of Avian Malone was coming in late to the foray and to get the ball there, because the two of them had kind of made a bit of a mess of it.
And you think you should probably always leave the ball to the player that's fit, but it eventually broke okay for Corofin. Avian Malone hits that, and it doesn't, it was about to go wide, but Broadford's got to stick to it, and they're coming out with it, but they're under a bit of pressure now as well on the far side of the field. 5 or 6 players around the ball, and whoever comes out with this will be more than happy to do so, and Corofin do that, and the Corofin attacker turns and shoots. Lizzie Roach is in, the goalkeeper lets it fall, ran out past Aoife Boland, but good defending. It's banged out the field, where Aoife Malone is waiting for it. Is she going to pop it off? She does pop it off, but it's really well cut out, superbly cut out, I think, by Karen Ryan, and eventually the ball is cut out yet again by the Corofin left half back Ciara Hegney bangs it up the field, and her equivalent, number 7 on the far side, in fact the centre back Karen Ryan cuts it out and strikes up the field. Aoife Ryan hits a good bit off the field, but defending from Aoife Madigan on this occasion really good, and it's been a small bit like a bit of tennis over the last couple of minutes. The ball is hit up and down the field, but it comes back as fast as Avian Malone yet again in the middle of the field now. Does really well, lays it off to her teammate Amy O'Brien. Amy O'Brien gets good length behind it. This is dangerous. If it's going to break for a Corofin player, it would be particularly dangerous, but it breaks for Aoife Vaughan. She read that really well, but the clearance not the best, cut out by Aoife Aoife Madigan in the middle of the field. Absolutely superb block by Niamh, and Niamh Mulqueen is looking to get on it now again. That was absolutely superb block by Aoife O'Brien initially. That was great play. But Corofin have it back now, and Corofin have the legs here once or twice with Ciara Corbett in particular, but she had the legs, but she didn't have the room to get the shot off. Corner forward has now Rachel Fitzpatrick, again really brave defending, magnificent block down from Aoife Vaughan, who gets it clear, but it is picked up yet again by Aoife Madigan in the middle of the field. She lays it off as far as Ciara Hagney gets it forward, and both sets
stuff like
both sets backs will be fairly happy with how this is going, because they're defending fairly well. Anya Ryan has it now. Hurley is broken in half to Corofin wing back. Ciara Hagney in her really good efforts there to block down the ball. The hurley was broken. Aoife Malone eventually wins the ball, emerges with it. She's fouled. It's going to be a free behind the 45.
Shows her strength, really, to be honest. You know, she's a big, strong girl.
And it's interesting here, Anne-Marie, that like Aoife Malone started so well inside. They've brought her out now. She's doing very well outside as well. So you'd just be wondering, but then again, bringing out a player of her ability out the field, she's going to get a bit more space and be able to pop the ball around a bit and win ball. She's very good to win ball as well.
If you looked at the intermediate game, Robin Conway started well inside and they brought her out, and she did equally as well further out the field, and Aoife Malone has done the same here as well. So she's got great strength. She's a great player for a junior. I think that she can make any probably intermediate senior team in the county, so she's flying it at the moment.
Aoife Malone struck that over the bar, absolutely excellent free, and Corofin now lead by 6 points to 2. We've had 24 minutes, so we have 6 minutes of normal time and probably 3 or 4 minutes of injury time. That's good play there from Broadford in the middle of the field, and they eventually win the free, and the free is going to be taken by Carden Ryan in front of us here. She's looking for a bit of movement, hits it 35-40 yards up the field, but Corofin cut it out yet again. Karina McMahon, who's having a really good game at centre back. Karen Ryan involved again now. She's trying to win it back, but here's Aoife Malone yet again. She's taken on her player, bursts forward, gets past a couple of tackles. She's now in loads of space.
Louise Brown.
Tried to hit into Louise Brown, maybe hit it a small bit too early. Aoife Vaughan, who's playing very well as a wing back, cuts it out. Ciara Corbett now trying to win it back, as is Ciara Hagney, very close to the sideline. Doesn't go out over the sideline. Broadford win it back through Anya Ryan wearing number 25, and it's banged forward by Aoife O'Brien, but cut out yet again by Karina McMahon, and both players there really put their bodies in the line going for the ball. Anya Ryan has it again, drives it forward, small bit of space here now for Broadford, and their number 8 Susan O'Shea, she hits in, it's a dangerous enough ball, and in the back of their net. Absolutely superb finish there, really instinctive finish from looks like Aoife Dillon, and the ball across from Susan Shea was a dangerous ball. Siobhan Lane didn't fully deal with it, the ball broke, and nice instinctive finish there from Broadford, and that changes the complexion of the game completely.
What you don't do in goal is a swing for the ball when it's coming in towards you. You either touch it on the hurley or take it into your hand, and a bit of a Hail Mary shot there by Siobhan Lane. She should have blocked it. She's a bit more experienced in that, but there's nothing in it now again.
That was again, it was a diagonal ball in from Susan O'Shea that made the difference, and it reduces the deficit now to just a point. It's Corofin 6 points, Broadford 1-2, 26 and a half minutes gone here in Father McNamara Park, and it is of course the Junior A Championship Cup final, and that goal from Aoife Dillon, the difference. Far side of the field now, it's a free in for Aoife Malone, about 48 yards out. So she will have the distance. Will she have the accuracy? Well, she doesn't have the.
Well done.
Drops short. Aoife Vaughan comes out. She's having a superb game. Absolutely excellent. Turns, comes out the field, but half blocked down. Ciara Corbett in the middle of the field now goes down the ball. Excellent stuff from her initially, but Anya Ryan is in there battling. Karina McMahon in there battling as well for Corofin, as is Niamh Mulqueen to Broadford centre forward. Noel Quinn blows the whistle 5 or 6 times there. Would once have been enough there, Emery?
I don't know. He's fairly mad at the old whistle, but there's no fear that he was going to run up anyway and throw it in anytime soon. Broadford are doing great defending here, in fairness.
Broadford win it back. That's good stuff. We can really see that goal has added a lot of, I suppose, belief for Broadford, but that was a superb block from Aoife Ford. Really, really impressive stuff. Avi Malone on the ball yet again now, looks up, bangs it in as far as Lizzie Roach, but there's two players around her. Louise Brown, the centre forward. Hard to see what's happening here, but what's happening, because he was, I suppose, as a referee, it's all about looking confident, pointing in one direction, blow the whistle, and
whether you're up with the player or not doesn't really matter.
Well, he was up with the play there, in fairness, and as long as he looked decisive, isn't that half the battle? Now Broadford had a chance there, but they miscontrolled the ball. Karina McMahon is in there, the centre back defending, and eventually it's picked up by Ciara Hagney. She pops it off as far as Ciara Corbett cut out by yet again Aoife Vaughan, who strikes an excellent ball down the field, and it's in as far as the full forward line, so some opportunity here. Sinead Collins is back defending. She's been defending excellently, as has Aoife Ford, and hits the ball out to the far side of the field to Aoife Madigan, where she picks it up. Aoife Madigan up towards Avian Malone. Avian Malone control class. That is absolutely superb. Avian Malone drives in an absolutely massive ball. It could be dangerous. Forward goes to ground. Noel Quinn says that's a foul. Is it a penalty? Louise Brown went to ground. I think it's a free. I think she was outside the square, so it is going to be a free. 29 minutes gone. Corofin leading by 1-6 to 1-2. It's going to be a free.
I suppose they're looking to see what they're going to decide to do here, but while we're waiting, Louise Brown is probably going to take it. Ava Malone is too far out. Rebecca Collins' sister Emma is in Sydney, Australia. She's watching. Ciara Hagney's brother Stephen is in Melbourne. Ava Malone, who is speaking an awful lot about the brother, is in Dubai. Louise Brown, who's after taking the free there, her sister Deirdre is in London, and also Karina McMahon, who's the vice captain, uncles and aunts in Derby in England, are all watching out, and we're going to give them a shout out. It's great for them to get the opportunity to watch the game.
And we're just delighted that there's so many people from all around the world watching the Camogie County Finals here on Channel Clare. Anya Ryan has it now, drives in a dangerous diagonal. Magnificent defending from Aoife Ford. As a fullback, that's what you want to see from your fullback, but the clearance was blocked down. Anya Ryan pops it off. Opportunity here now, perhaps for Broadford. That's dangerous, and the goalkeeper deals with it eventually. That was Niamh Mulqueen had the shot. I'd say she was going for a point. It dropped short. Siobhan Lane got the hurley to it, and it went out for a 45.
Niamh Mulqueen, she could have got that over the bar, but at least good defending this time by Siobhan Lane to keep the ball out of the goal. Sun into Siobhan's eyes there. They all seem to have their hands up now at the moment. So
that's a very good point. Because the sun isn't in our eyes, so it's easy for us
to be saying it.
So this 45 could be is important. It's a 2-point game. Corofin leading by 7 points to Broadford's 1-2. So opportunity here now for Broadford to pop over this 45, and it goes straight over the bar. Excellent 45 from Aoife Dillon. She adds the point from the 45 to the goal that she scored earlier. Real opportunist goal, showing, I suppose, the instinct that you like to see from a forward who gambles that the ball is going to break, and got that goal. And it was a really crucial goal for Broadford. As we close in on half time, we've got 31 minutes gone, so a minute of injury time gone. Amy O'Brien breaks forward now, trying to link up, but doesn't pick out Louise Brown inside.
Well done.
Magnificent defending again from Aoife Vaughan. Been excellent so far. Susan O'Shea has it again. She set up to go with the diagonal ball.
Great shot.
Really, really dangerous ball in as well. Excellent defending inside by Siobhan Lane in goals. Put the hand up, the clearance so straight down the middle as far as Aoife O'Brien, and Aoife O'Brien looks up and hits that straight over the bar, and really superb score from Aoife O'Brien, and that ties the game up. It's level. Broadford won for Corofin 7 points, and
it's a pity the ball didn't go over. Susan O'Shea was a great strike, opened the shoulders and straight, but poked out again by Siobhan Lane, but straight out to Aoife O'Brien, and Aoife O'Brien opened her shoulders and gave a good drive over. It's Anya O'Brien just after running out over it, and it's Ciara Hagney on the ball.
Ciara Hagney picks it up and bursts forward, gets past Susan O'Shea, who's trying to cut her out. Aoife Vaughan cuts it out yet again. Her reading of the play is immaculate. She drives it 60 yards down the field. I thought 2 Corofin players were going to go, but it was cut out by Aoife Ford, but Niamh Mulqueen has had it again for a second. Definitely pushing the back from this side. We were on the right side, and the referee was on the far side. Aoife Madigan breaks out. She's got acres of space in front of her, hits it, but doesn't hit it too far. And yet again, Aoife Vaughan gets in the way. Louise Brown tries to win it back. And I suppose that is maybe just one criticism of Corofin, that some of their striking from distance isn't great, and they're hitting a lot of ball down top of Aoife Vaughan. Aoife Vaughan is reading it very, very well.
They should be marking her up really, like, I mean, she's having a field day.
Yeah, she's just winning a lot of loose ball, and well able to do that.
Lovely. Play on.
We nearly heard that crack here.
Another one.
And Aoife Madigan fouled. Maybe the initial one, maybe it was just the fact that we heard a crack.
That
we thought it was a free.
Every time you hear the hurley cracking, everyone thinks it's a free, but that was a good piece of play there. And 33 minutes gone, and a draw game. It's really close here.
Yeah, it's intense. There's both teams are going at it. It's good defending, some good forward play. They both want this, and it's great to see. Aoife Malone now, she's about 52 or 3 yards out. Rolls the ball up in the hurley. Hits it well, but hits it well wide as well. Had the distance, not the accuracy.
Definitely, but not the accuracy. And as part of the games here today, a couple of the companies and businesses around the country store in Broadford have helped out with the stream to Broadford. Been very good to Broadford Camogie. Have always been good supporters of them. Here, Clare, Tara, as in Corofin, is Karina McMahon's mother, and Corporate Catering Services are sponsors of Corofin this year. They've given them a new set of jerseys and everything. I think they look the part, and have been great to both Camogie teams over the years.
Live ball in front of us here now. Karina McMahon is going to take it. Must be getting very close to half time. We've had more than 4 minutes of injury time at this stage.
They keep going this long.
Especially when it's so warm.
So warm, yeah. No, you can't underestimate the heat that's here today. I suppose we didn't talk about it.
That is a good point.
It's awful warm.
Yeah, it's very, very warm, even where we are, and we have shelter. Ava Malone inside battling, but it's well won by Broadford. They're very, very tenacious at the back. Aoife Vaughan drives it yet again up the field, and Aoife Madigan cuts it out, flicks it as far as Aoife Ford. That was good play. Aoife Ford changes the direction of the play a bit, hits it the far side of the field, definite push in the back, and this free, more than likely from Aoife Malone, will presumably be one of the last actions of the first half.
Surely. 1-4 to 7 points. Broadford have made a great comeback. That Corofin had settled down so great, and it's actually Karina McMahon that's going to take this. Aoife Malone is in around the house there, and she's waiting for a pass.
Standing over the ball.
They're looking for Aoife in here.
She's going to presumably drop it in. She does drop it in.
It's a good strike.
It's a nice strike.
She has it.
Has a turn, shoots over the bar. That's just pure class.
Definitely something. Obviously, they've worked on that. Karina would drop in the ball around the edge of the square, and Aoife Malone would be running onto it. A fantastic score again from her. She's had 3 frees and 3 points.
It's the last action of the first half. Corofin lead at half time in the Junior A county final, brought to you on Chancel and Visit Clare. They lead by a point. Corofin 8 points, Broadford 1-4. And just very finally, briefly before we go for a break, Anne-Marie, Corofin must be surely very, very tempted to leave Aoife Malone full forward all the time, because she's absolutely deadly inside. I know she's done well out the field too, but she's so dangerous inside. She's so dangerous.
It's probably because of her height, coming up against everyone inside, that she's been able to catch the ball up there. And that's probably just a simple sign of what she can do. Straight out to the middle of the square, catch the ball, and she was definitely going for goal there and just topped it over the bar. But both teams will be happy. A great game so far. It's been, as you said, a bit like tennis, going back and forward, but it has been a great game.
The first half hour has absolutely flown by. Hopefully the second half hour will be similar. We're going to take a break here on Channel Clare. Back very soon with more analysis and then second half commentary.
Well, we try and cater for almost all age brackets, and we have some of the best brands in the world within the walls of the shop. Anything from Boss down to Ted Baker, through to Tommy Hilfiger, right down to G-Star, Super Dry, Tommy Bow as a local brand. Yeah, so we have a cross section of price ranges and a good cross section of brands.
Companies across Ireland are opening back up. And now, more than ever, businesses across the island need our support. At Amber Fire Protection Limited, our focus is on sharing our decades of experience in the fire protection industry. Experience that can help your business.
And you're very welcome back live on Channel Clare to Father McNamara Park. It's half time in the Junior A County Camogie final. Corofin leading by a point. You can hear him behind us getting their instructions at half time, joined by Sinead O'Keefe now from Kilmaley for a quick word on what you've made of the first half. It's been just some great scores, Sinead, and some good defending as well from both sides.
Yeah, definitely. It's very even so far. I suppose no team is kind of getting the upper edge just yet. Broadford are really fighting really hard. They're marking Evie Malone there's a sweeper sitting in front of her no matter where. Corofin kind of move her around the field. So if they can kind of keep Evie and her influence on the game kind of lower and keep her off the scoreboard, I suppose she's going to score the frees no matter where they let her have them. But if they can keep her out of the game from play, they'll be doing well. So I don't know, Broadford are doing very well. Their backs are fighting hard. They're getting the ball in there, but I suppose Corofin backs are getting it out. Aoife Ford is flying it back there. So it could be in these 15 minutes now, could be interesting to see.
And just a very final words, Sinead, if you were to call it now, a very hard one to call.
Very hard one to call. I'm going to say Corofin by a few points. So.
Great stuff. Thanks indeed to Sinead O'Keefe. Myself and Marie are going to return to the commentary box in just a minute. Welcome back live to Father McNamara Park for the second half. Both teams ready with a good while there, Anne-Marie.
Yeah, well, we didn't have a ref and now we don't have a ball either, so probably two essentials for the game to go ahead. Corofin, I say the shortest litters, I don't know one wants to give it out here, but I think Nolly was probably eating the sandwiches inside his umpires, his brothers after making a quick swift run down to the goals here to our right.
Yeah, he sprinted down, didn't he?
I think he was going lining out there for a while, but with two slitters now a minute ago, and I think it is Ciara Corbett is after getting rid of the other one. Nolly's ready to go here.
Second half about to start. Corofin leading by a point at half time. Corofin 8 points, Broadford 1-4. Second half is on, and if it's as good as the first, well, it could be an exceptionally good game. Aoife O'Brien breaking forward, picked up by Aoife Vaughan, and can somebody get a shot in goal here? Niamh Queen does, but it goes wide. And that would have been a really great start to the second half for Broadford if they had got that over the bar. There's been a couple of changes as well in personnel. Eva O'D has come on at half time for Corofin, and Rachel Fitzpatrick has gone off, and also a change on the Broadford team. Beatrice Vaughan, wearing number 4, has come on for Katie Maloney, wearing number 2. She's wearing 2, but she started corner forward. Broadford now have definitely started the second half quite well, and they've won that puck out as well on the far side of the field. They're trying to break forward, but Corofin eventually win it back. Laura Mullen, the cornerback, and it's driven forward, but not the greatest ball forward. It's cut out by Broadford. It's cut out by Aoife Vaughan yet again, whose reading of the game has been one of the most impressive elements of this Junior A county final. Aoife Dillon has it. She's put away 1-1. Transfers it off to Niamh Queen, and Niamh Queen puts that straight over the bar, and that's a really, really good score, and a wide about a minute ago, but no, absolutely no doubt about that finish.
She corrected it there in fairness. A good strike by Niamh Mulqueen, but all set up as well by Aoife Dillon, and Aoife Vaughan is absolutely having a tremendous game, and Corofin need to counteract that, or they're going to get caught.
It's level. Broadford 1-5, Corofin 8 points, and Corofin now have an opportunity here breaking forward with Eva Carey. She pops it off as far as Aoife Malone. Aoife Malone puts it straight over the bar, and any opportunity she gets at all, like she's
deadly in front, and that's
she's a difficult player to counteract in there. Karen Ryan now over the ball, trying to pick it up for Broadford. 3 or 4 players around, but, well, who comes over with it? Aoife Vaughan. Strikes it down the field. Superb catch it on the far side of the field, drives it in towards the square. If Broadford can pick this up here now, they'd be in a fairly good position. That's the second attempt they do, but it's blocked down. Aoife Dillon's shot blocked down. She gets it back, half blocked again. Corofin showing enormous commitment. Ciara Corbett, Aoife Madigan breaking forward. Ciara Corbett hits down the field. Excellent hands there from Eva Carey for the second time in about a minute. Lovely dabs it forward as far as Eva O'D picks it up. She's taken on. There's pops it off to Aoife Malone. Aoife Malone comes out towards the sideline, turns at a very acute angle, goes wide, and even for someone of Aoife Malone's quality, that angle was a bit too acute.
Too tight in fairness, because she should have been looking out across the line to pass it out, and at least give someone a better opportunity, a better angle to get the ball in and over the bar.
The puck out, 2 Broadford players went for it. They eventually won it. Anya Ryan has it, drives forward, but the pass not the best. It's cut out by Ciara Higney. She's had a very, very solid game at left half back, but Niamh Mulqueen, who's been excellent for Broadford, drives forward, pops it off, and it goes short. It's pulled on. One of the best goals you'll see anywhere. Absolutely.
I'm not sure. I don't think it's Caroline Fortune.
Fantastic finish. Absolutely superb from Caroline Fortune Maloney. Flicked it over her head. She was facing one way, flicked it back at the net. I mean, it was worth coming here to see that.
She probably won't like me saying that's her experience. She's lining out after many years of playing camogie, an unbelievable pull in the air, and you'd probably be telling people put up yours, but what a connection. And I mean, it wasn't even a trickle, a bullet to the back of the net.
It was an absolute rocket, and experience or not, it took a bit of quality and very nice wrists to be able to do that.
And she actually is known for doing that an awful lot. She was doing it last year as well. I was facing amateur. I was afraid to be seeing her coming towards me in the junior last year, but she's a great player and a great goal there. And to be 2-5 now to 9 points and 4.5 minutes gone, Broadford will be delighted.
Broadford 2 points up, and this is turning into a really, really good Junior A county final. There's been periods where Corofin were dominant, got some great scores. Aoife Malone at one side of the field, at the far side of the field, we've seen some excellent play as well from Broadford. Aoife Vaughan has been magnificent at wing back. She drives the ball forward again into the goal scorer Caroline Fortune. She takes on the player. Her confidence is absolutely sky high. She's taken on 2 or 3 Corofin players, eventually loses possession. There's a Broadford player on the ground. Broadford battling mightily now, trying to pick it up, but so too are Corofin. And you really have to admire the commitment on both teams. They're absolutely going at it with everything they have. It's great to see. Really great to see. Broadford's cut out the latest attack from Corofin, and
Broadford are after waking up here.
They really are after waking up, and their subs must be one of the loudest ever.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't help that I suppose there's a fine crowd outside the fence there. Oh look, they're not allowed in, and they are allowed to stand out there. That's their own business, but that's a lot of the Broadford crowd, and there's plenty of roaring coming from that corner of the field. But Broadford have definitely woken up here, and we're talking about quarters all day long. This third quarter is definitely Broadford so far, and you're only 6 minutes into it at this stage.
They've got another opportunity here now. Aoife Dillon drops the ball in around the square. Corofin defender gets a hand to it, but it breaks back. Magnificent block down again. The shot was from Aoife O'Brien, and the block was from Karina McMahon. We've seen some great, all the skills of the game. I think we've seen him here. There's been some superb examples. Broadford now breaking forward. They win a free, and that's excellent play there from their number 16 Emma Spate. She won that free. So great commitment to win the ball in the first place, and this period of dominance from Broadford. They'll be delighted if Aoife Dillon hits this over the bar. She's 45 yards out, dead straight in front of the goal. Well capable of doing it. The breeze not a factor. Doesn't get behind it.
Just Caroline Fortune
has it, turns and bangs it over the bar. And I suppose if you're going to top it, that's the best possible result.
And we've been talking about Ava Malone's influence on the edge of the square. Caroline Fortune is after waking up after the second half, and a goal and a point scored already. A good catch there from her, and straight turning over the bar. Good score from Caroline, and Corofin lead to wake up here. Poor puck out by 4, but Karina McMahon manages to gather it back from.
And Karina lays it off to Sinead Collins, but Sinead Collins was under a bit of pressure. It's eventually cleared by Aoife Ford. She's had a very good game. Corofin now going through I suppose a shaky few moments as the pressure comes on from Broadford, who lead by 3 points, 2-6 to 9 points, and we're 8 minutes into the second half, and it really has turned around. The moving quarter, as they call it, I think in golf. We've seen it here in Camogie. Eventually Broadford come out of that ruck with it, turn, and absolutely magnificent point from Aoife Dillon. Superb. It's now a 4-point game, and we've been giving a lot of praise to a few players, but Aoife Dillon certainly one of the top performers here this evening as well.
Yeah, she's doing well now, in fairness. A great score from her, won already by Emma Cooper and passed into Aoife Dillon. Siobhan Lane, I meant to say a few minutes ago, I actually blamed Fordy for the puck out, but it was actually Siobhan Lane who pucked it out. But that's a much better puck out now by Siobhan Lane down here. She'll be playing with the breeze.
Siobhan Lane drives it down the field. Corofin now need to start winning their own puck outs, because they're definitely under a bit of pressure. They're 4 points down. They need to get the next score, but everything is working for Broadford. Emma Cooper comes out of it, drives the ball forward. It's really well read by Sinead Collins at cornerback. She's had a very good game at cornerback. The ball driven up the field is going to be cut out now by, yet again, Aoife Vaughan. Her reading of the play, we've seen several examples, but she's blocked down on this occasion, and Daisy Roach goes through, and definitely fouled. There was a swing. She's won the free in, and she needs to just slow it down a small bit, get an opportunity and pop it over the bar, which is exactly what Aoife Malone does. It's now down to a 3-point game, 2-7 to 10 points after 9.5 minutes, and Corofin now will be trying to win this puck out. Puck out is going to be taken by Aoife Boland, but they're not going to win it. When Karen Ryan is left in that amount of space, and Karen Ryan won it and drove it down the field. Broadford fighting for it down the field, but Corofin win it, but it's hit straight back up to Karen Ryan, who's all on her own, and she's plenty of time to look up and try and find somebody inside. Sinead Collins comes out, misses it. Ford forward, doesn't miss it. At the second time, she comes out with it, wins the free. Excellent full back there, play there from Aoife Ford. Had to really fight for that, and did. And
McMahon is heading over to take it. Just while we were stopped for a second, a lot of people who go out for the Tara Camogie Club. It's actually Eleanor to give a shout out to the Tara Camogie Club. You know, they travelled there in April. They play a tournament 7-a-side. They couldn't travel this year. Carmel and her sister set it up in 1985, and many Clare players played there over the years. Brenda Daffy, Rowan Ann Heher, Rita Clancy, Caroline Heffernan. So anyone heading there should contact Tara Camogie if they're heading over to England and to London.
Great stuff. 45 yards out, dead straight in front of the goal. Avi Malone's shot, it was batted away by the Broadford goalkeeper Aoife Boland. Broadford eventually get it clear. Aoife Vaughan again strikes it down the field. Great length in that as well. But Ciara Corbett pops it into Karina McMahon, to Corofin centre back. She drives it up the field. That's good stuff from Corofin. Louise Brown pops it inside to Lizzie Roach. Lizzie Roach now under pressure, spills it, gets it back, takes on 2 or 3 players, takes on a 4th player, tries to lay it off, but she's loses possession, and Broadford's defending here is excellent, but Corofin have it back. Both sets of players fighting hammer and tongs, and eventually Avi Malone goes to ground.
And now giving a simple free like that to Avi Malone right in front of the goals, you know, it's 13 points to 10, and you know that'll be back to a 2-point game now. Simple free for her, and they'll have to watch that. But in fairness, Avi ran out over the ball there. There probably could have been a good chance of a goal on as well. She just happened to miss it. So look, she'll hardly go for this. I don't know. She's teeing up awful low there, but you know, another point and it's back to a 2-point game now.
Puts it over the bar, and that sticky patch for Corofin when Broadford got the goal, and that's went 4 points up at one stage. It's now back to 2. So, well, from a spectator's point of view, it's great, because
they're just waiting for I think it's Ciara Corbett is down there.
Yeah, just tying a boot. But this game is there to be won by either team, but both of them showing lots of quality, both of them showing huge amounts of tenacity as well. They really want to win it. Beatrice Vaughan wins it, but Corofin win it back. In there, but Broadford eventually get it back, and Aoife Vaughan again, who if there was a player of the match at this stage, well, Avi Malone's been superb, but it'd be hard to pick between the two of them.
Definitely. They've both had a great games, but in differing, you know,
different ways.
Different ways. Like, I mean, Aoife Vaughan's been cleaning up ball, but obviously Avi Malone has been keeping Corofin in this game.
Far side of the field now, I think it's line ball. It is a line ball for Corofin. Just a reminder of how long it's gone. It's 13 minutes gone in the second half, and the score, it's Broadford 2-7, Corofin 11 points, so 2 points in it, 13 points to 11. Broadford win it back now in the middle of the field. And Evenwell Queen, she's blocked down. We've seen an enormous amount of block downs. Ciara Hagme is in there trying to win it back. Avi Malone wins it, drives it forward. Was in a way, some of the balls she drives in, she was inside herself.
Yeah, she should be there. Trying to receive.
You can't be in 2 places at one time, so great block down there by Lizzie Roach. So can she make something here now?
Ball across.
Bit of space here. She drives it across as far as Laura Mullen, I think it is, wearing number 4. Referee says that her swing was a bit wild, and it's going to be a free out. Corofin about to make a substitution here,
23,
and they're going to be bringing in Marie Cahill. Marie Cahill is going to come in for Laura Mullen, and we've got just over 14 minutes gone in the second half, so probably about a minute until the water break.
Maria Cahill is on here. They'll probably try and look to put the ball from Avi and out the field into Maria Cahill. She's Gro Cahill's brother, or Gro Cahill's sister, and the Wizard's sister, so she has plenty of hurling in her. It's to try and get the ball directly to her and see can she do a bit of damage.
Small hole up here now as a Broadford player gets a bit of attention. Hopefully she's going to be alright.
look, while we have a gap, I suppose we're talking about the people who have been helping out already, and we were mentioning the couple of businesses around the county council have sponsored it with Visit Clare, and it's fantastic that everyone out near and far get to see the game. But great followers of Broadford Camogie, the country store in Broadford. They're very good to the county teams as well. Tom Marsh Plant Tire and Quarry Supplies in Broadford, Karina McMahon's mother Hair Flare in Corofin, and corporate catering services from Corofin as well, who were good enough to sponsor the jerseys from Corofin. Great people, getting behind these club teams.
10 minutes gone in the second half here now in Father McNamara Park in the Junior A county final. It's a 2-point game. Broadford leading by 2-7 to Corofin's 11 points. We can't be too far from the water break, and they will be into the quarter-final. Into the final quarter. Got my words mixed up there. Aoife Vaughan now cuts out again for Broadford. I know we've been saying that a lot, but sure, we can only talk about in front of us. Ball breaking in the middle field now. Anya Ryan battling for it for Broadford. It's going to break for Emma Cooper, I think, has it. She's trying to break forward. That's excellent play from the Broadford number 16, who is Emma Spate, but her ball in wasn't the best, but Broadford did happen to manage to keep it in play, but it's Colin McMahon. The Tyrants, not the best couple of Broadford players around, and Aoife O'Brien drives it forward. Good defending by Aoife Ford, the full-back, who has been valiant, I have to say, at full-back, and has defended really, really well. There's been a lot of ball going in at different times, but the full-back line have generally defended quite well. It's water break time, and the score is, after 16 and a half minutes, the score is Broadford 2 goals and 7 points, Corofin 11 points. We're going to take a very short break, and we'll be back with the final quarter from the Festival of Hurling here at Father McNamara Park. And we're back live at Father McNamara Park. The second half water break is still in progress. The score, Broadford 2-7, Corofin 11 points. It's the Junior A Camogie Championship final. It's brought to you on Channel Clare in association with Clare County Council and Visit Clare. And Anne-Marie, it's a great way to finish the weekend from the Camogie County Board's point of view, heading into the last 13-14 minutes with everything on the line in the Junior A final.
Yeah, it's great. It's turned out to be a great game. I suppose the whole day has been great, right from the Junior B match this morning to the intermediate this afternoon, and this is just topping it off. Two great teams fighting it out, 2 points between them, nothing really. I think, as we said, Aoife Malone has been outstanding for Corofin, getting the score she has, but Aoife Vaughan has nearly been equally as outstanding for Broadford. The change now of Maria Cahill, they're going to try and put her in and see can even pick her out with a ball straight to her hand, but Maria needs to be right in front of the goal to do a bit of damage. I'm surprised Dave O'D hasn't got on a little bit more ball. She's clinical enough. We know she's well able to play the football, but if she gets on a lot more ball, she'll be heading in. Caroline Fortune needs to get on more ball from Broadford point of view. A goal and a point at the very start of the second half. Broadford are raring for this, by them roaring over there and all the supporters over there. It's going to be an interesting 15 minutes.
It is indeed. There's 2 points in it. It's going to be absolutely fascinating to see what's going to happen. It's there for either team to win, and we could just hear Corofin were standing here kind of near enough to us. We could hear how passionate they were at half time. Broadford are 100, we could hear them as well. So let's see what's going to happen.
A line ball here for Niamh Mulqueen, and it's just right here in front of us. Niamh is a good 2 or 3 yards into the field, right in front of us here. She's definitely not going down near the Corofin, but
so play is going to resume here now, very shortly, with this Broadford line ball. So let's see what's going to happen. Next couple of minutes could be crucial. If Broadford tag on a score or two, well, maybe they can go on and win it. It's a really good opportunity from Aoife O'Brien. Superbly caught inside by Siobhan Lane.
She was on the back foot there,
because,
she was lucky.
Yeah, she just initially maybe slightly misread it, but got her feet started, put the hand up and pulled it down and effected an absolutely great clearance. Play in front of us here now. Out around the middle of the field, Aoife O'Brien wins it back, Aoife O'Brien, and with Corofin switch to play themselves. Eve O'D has it on the far side of the field. She's pops it back as far as one of her teammates, Maria Cahill, and Maria Cahill is fouled. So that's
Broadford are going to throw away this game if they don't stop giving away these frees. I suppose Eve I thought was fouled the first time, but he let play on. Maybe he was playing advantage, but Maria had passed the ball to Eve and it was probably going to go over the bar anyway. So look, it's going to be nearly a 1 point game. I hope I don't jinx her now by saying it.
So she's Eve standing over the ball and strikes it. Absolutely no problem. Over the bar. It's a 1 point game. It's Corofin 12 points, Broadford 2-7, and that means that Broadford are leading by a point. But as you said, Anne-Marie, those frees are definitely keeping Corofin in the game.
Yeah, I suppose Avina's got now 6 frees. Like, that's an awful lot of frees to be given. But she's had a good influence on the game, and they're trying to play her into it all the time. She's on now here.
Avine Malone, half block down. It's going to drop short. It's going to be dangerous. If it spills, it does spill. But the Broadford defence stand firm again and get that clear. And that was excellent defending from Avine Malone. Battling for it again, goes to grounds. Probably looked like a free, but the clearance from Broadford goes out over the sideline. So it's going to be a line ball from the right hand side of the field as Corofin attack. Was that a free for Avine Malone?
Yeah, I thought it was a free in fairness, but we'll give him that one. He was a bit too far away from that to call that free.
So the line ball is going to be taken here by Louise Bryan, and things are getting fairly passionate on the sideline, and it's good to see.
It's good to see. I mean, it's such a close game.
It means a lot. So why not? Corofin now trying to go down the ball. Lizzie Roach, Amy O'Brien is involved there as well. But Broadford crowd around. Their defending has been, aside from giving away frees now and then, their defending has generally been really good. Maria Cahill wins it back and wins the free as well.
Broadford are going to lose this game by giving away all those frees.
And she's made a difference since she's come in. Maria Cahill, she's won the frees. Whether it's Broadford in discipline or whatever, from a forwards point of view, if you win the free, you don't care who you win it.
That's her second free she's after winning. She won one over in the 20 a few minutes ago. But she does make a good influence on the game. But she might die by the end of the game. But she needs to get in on every ball. And another handy one for Avine Malone. And the lads in front of us here, Alan Heher and them, will be delighted that it's going to be a draw game if Avine gets this over the bar.
Avine strikes it, and nice fluent strike straight over the bar. It's level, and we're 7 minutes from the end of normal time, so add 3 or 4 minutes. There's probably about 11, maybe maximum 12 minutes left in the Junior A county final, and it's all square. It's Corofin 13 points, Broadford 2-7, everything to play for, and both of these teams really want to win this, and we've seen that from the quality of their play all through. Broadford now, great opportunity here. Emma Cooper lays it off as far as Niamh Mulqueen trying to take on the defender, turns, shoots, and that's a magnificent score.
They needed that. They really did need that. Mulqueen to settle things down. Emma Cooper did very well out in the 45 to gather the ball in that ruck and go forward, and a good pass to Niamh Mulqueen, and Broadford really needed that. Broadford
now leading by a point again, 2-8 to 13 points, and that's what you look for in any kind of a game, whether it's a final or a first round game. If you're Queen offer that leadership and the quality as well to strike the ball over the bar. Excellent play again from Aoife Vaughan in front of us. Won a really hard ball, struck it forward. Aoife Madigan tries to cut it out, but Broadford have it back, and they've got a shot on goal here. Let's see what's going to happen here. It's well struck, but it's back as far as the Broadford number 11.
Oh, great
shoots.
save! Great
magnificent save. Absolutely super. That could be a match-winning save, depending on what happens. The ball is struck across again towards Siobhan Lane. Two Corofin players go for the same ball, but they won't mind because eventually they come out with it, and Aoife Madigan strikes it down the field. 3 or 4 players battling with everything they have in the middle of the field, trying to win it back. Broadford wanted, so do Corofin. It's going to be cut out by the Broadfords. Anya Ryan, she initially cut it out, but it was well back, one back by Eva Carey. She pops a lovely pass to the far side to Ciara Corbett. Ciara Corbett passes inside to Aoife Malone. Her touch just wasn't quite there, but she does win it back. She tries to go down over the ball, but magnificent defending again from Aoife Vaughan. Absolutely brilliant defending. The clearance half block down. Louise Brown wins it, strikes, decent enough strike, but not good enough, and it's disaster for Broadford because ball rolls over the line, and Aoife Boland should have controlled that. Didn't, unfortunately, from her point of view.
Pity, she slipped, she had stopped it and then she slipped back into the goal, and she'll be very disappointed. He's just checking.
Noel Quinn's gone in for a word. Is it definitely a goal? The umpire is going for the flag.
It is. Who hit it in?
It is the goal, and well, how pivotal is that going to be? 113 to 2-8. It's a 2-point game up to for the last good while. Broadford have been in front. Now it's Corofin's time to lead by 2 points. Let's see what's going to happen. If Corofin can tag on a score or two from here, that could close it out for him. 26 and a half minutes gone. Maria Cahill has it again and is fouled, and that's the third free she's won, and she's made a massive difference since she's come in.
The tide has turned here in favour of Corofin. Like she's definitely getting a couple of frees to them. First one over in the 20 right here, then the 45, and another one here, on the 20-yard line. Surely another one for Aoife Malone. It'll be back to, I think it's a 3-point game then at that stage.
3-point game. If this goes over, it's Corofin 113, Broadford 2-8 at the moment. Aoife Malone stands over this and strikes it straight over the bar. She doesn't put massive power behind it, but she has a technique and just does enough.
She's kind of, I call her a lazy free taker. She just does enough to get it over the bar. There's no fear she'll be breaking the back net anyway.
And maybe now Louise Brown breaking forward has a chance to set up another score, but it's called out by Aoife Vaughan yet again. Aoife Vaughan picks it up and looks to strike it down the field. She's looking for someone to make themselves available, but it's called out by Ciara Hagney on the far side of the field. I think Corofin feel now that this is their championship moment. It breaks as far as Aoife Malone. She strikes it from 40 yards out, straight over the bar. Magnificent point from Aoife Malone.
Yeah, a savage point by Aoife Malone, and it's definitely turning now 115 to 2-8, and there's 28 minutes gone. There will be another 2 or 3 to add on after this, but the tide is after turning for Corofin.
The tide has turned, and for a long time in this second half, it looked, Broadford were ahead. Broadford were playing with real conviction, getting some great scores as well. But this is what's made it such a good Junior A county final. It's ebbed and flowed. There's been times where Broadford have been dominant, and you think it's getting away from Corofin, and next thing then Corofin strike back. Those frees kept them in touch, and that goal absolutely pivotal. But maybe it's not over yet for Broadford. They're breaking forward. Great shot! Oh, what a goal! Absolutely fantastic finish. That is just a superb goal from Susan O'Shea. Magnificent. There was absolutely nothing that Siobhan Lynn could do about that. And
114 to 115, is it?
It's absolutely unbelievable. 3-8 to 115, a point in it. Corofin lead by a point, and we have 29 minutes gone, so a minute left of normal time, and probably about 4 minutes, I suppose, of injury time, including time for the water break. And this is
a great game.
This has just been brilliant. Aoife Vaughan has got it again, and we must have mentioned Aoife Vaughan more often than any other player. She has been magnificent. The linesman, the referee is saying there's going to be 2 minutes of additional time, so that means there's 2 minutes and 40 seconds left for Broadford to get an equaliser. Karen Ryan's going to hit this free now in front of us. Strikes it forward. Every small thing is going to be important here now. Broadford having to strike. It's well saved by Siobhan Lane. Well saved by Siobhan Lane from Aoife Dillon. And whether you're from Broadford or even if you're not from Broadford or Corofin, you couldn't but be engrossed by this.
It's a great game. It's turned out to be a fantastic game. Aoife Dillon, I think, has gone down there injured, but a fantastic game altogether.
Referee has blown his whistle here. I'll be honest, I have no idea what.
I'd say she's just kind of taking a break for a second.
Yeah, Aoife Dillon's just getting a small bit of treatment.
Caroline Fortune, they've made a sub anyway, and Caroline Fortune has gone off. I haven't seen who came on. Reid is announcing 2 minutes.
Yeah,
by the time she got up there, we're on 30.
Yeah, we're in injury time as of now, and the score is Broadford 3-8, Corofin 1-15. So there's Corofin are a point up. Will Broadford get the opportunity to equalise? Well, who knows? They've got 2 minutes. They've got 2 minutes to make that happen, and Corofin have got 2 minutes to hold on and win the Junior A Championship for 2020. It's been an engrossing 60 minutes of Camogie here at Father McNamara Park. The fourth of the cup finals brought to you by Channel Clare over the weekend, and it has been absolutely magnificent. It's been great. The ball breaks inside to the Corofin goalkeeper Siobhan Lane. She strikes it out the field. Every small detail is going to count here now for both of these teams. Corofin will be hoping that it'll break their way. Ciara Corbett has it, strikes the ball forward. Every single thing is important. Maria Cahill,
free against her for a change.
Maria Cahill has been fouled for 3 pointed frees. This time it's a free against her, as you said, Anne-Marie.
And actually Caroline Fortune went off there, and it's Maya Marsh McMahon is on for Broadford. Maya was unlucky not to start there, but
Karen Ryan is going to take this free, and she's going to drive it forward as much as she can, and hope that Broadford can make something happen, that someone maybe goes down the ball, wins a free and gets an equaliser. But the opposite, of course, is the case for Corofin. They'll be trying to remain disciplined, not give away any kind of soft free or anything that might give Broadford the opportunity to equalise. And it's win back. Niamh Mulqueen has it, takes a couple of steps, lays it off, just gets the shot, Hurley broken.
Evo great block by Evo D.
Yeah, and
that was a match winning block there.
That was a championship winning block. If Corofin end up winning it by a point, well, that'll be one of the key reasons why. The referee is blowing his whistle. There's 2 Corofin players down. There's a third one looking as if she might be going down. It's Aoife O'Brien.
No, Aoife O'Brien was just about to pull the trigger to draw the game, and a fantastic block down there by Evo D right back on her own full back line. But God, it's turned out to be a great game. 32 minutes gone. He said there was only 2 minutes. There probably will be another 30 seconds with this, and it's just been a great game.
You'd imagine that this probably is the last play, like that Broadford have to try to do something here to whatever, win or free, or try and find someone in open play. Yeah, someone needs a quick push. Someone has gone down. Niamh Mulqueen has gone down, but she hasn't got the free, and Aoife Malone, who's been magnificent, breaks out with the ball. If this ball sticks now with Corofin, that might be it. Maria Cahill trying to flick up the ball. Corofin fighting mightily for it. These are championship moments, as they say. Broadford win it back, strike it forward. If they can win it high up the field, they might get a chance. But Corofin win it back, and the Corofin fullback, who's been magnificent all through, Aoife Ford, won it. That was an absolutely vital ball, laid it off. And how long more is the referee going to play? Corofin now in a bit of space. Aoife Malone has it again, strikes it forward. There's nobody inside. Broadford break out, but the clearance, not the greatest clearance, particularly at this time. And Ciara Corbett wins it back, an absolutely vital ball. She's Corofin trying to hold on to their wing forward, Eva Carey battling for it as well, but Aoife Dillon wins it back. And in fact, it was Emma Cooper who won it back, and this presumably will be the last play of the game. We're 4 minutes into injury time. We had 2 minutes. and everything really will depend on what happens from this free, which is taken by Karen Ryan. She drives it forwards. Can Broadford win this? They can't. The full back has it again. Aoife Ford. She drives it forward. It must be very, very close, but fantastic catch. Oh, that is just devastating from a Broadford point of view. Karen Ryan.
Karina, will you slow down?
Probably took an extra step, in fairness, but
tough in
really
fairness, because I suppose she was on her own, that he could see clearly exactly how many steps she was taking. It'll be interesting to see how many she took there, but Karina McMahon doing the right thing. Alan Herr roaring at her to slow things down here. It's 34 and a half gone at this stage. It's surely full time.
You'd imagine now that the next time the ball goes dead, the game will be over. Aoife Malone puts up the hand, brings down the ball. She's fouled. It's a free in. Really, that caps just a magnificent performance from Aoife Malone. There have been some great performances here. Anne-Marie, Aoife Vaughan has been superb. Aoife Dillon for Broadford, equally good. Niamh Mulqueen at centre forward, has been some great performances. Ciara Corbett on a load of ball. But Louise Brown has had very good moments, but I think
when you look at the score sheet and you look at only two scorers for Corofin. One is Aoife Malone, the other Rachel Fitzpatrick, who was subbed off there for Ava O'D. Aoife has had an outstanding impact on the game, and to have that amount of scores, there probably is only one person.
Aoife Malone is definitely our Channel Clare player of the match, and she's probably going to head to her tally here now. Corofin leading by a point. We're 6 minutes into injury time. She's got a free about 25-26 yards out, just slightly to the right of the goal, and Aoife Malone stands over it. She's not going to drive it too far, but if she drives it over, which she has been doing all the way through, that'll be enough. But it doesn't go over, it goes wide, so it's still a 1 point game. It's still Corofin leading by a point, 115-38, and might there be one more play? Well, there is one more play. Ava O'D drives it forward as far as Maria Cahill, who's made a really big difference since she's come on. There's a huge battle going on at the far side. Maria Cahill wins it, loses it. Karen Ryan wins it back for Broadford, but Corofin have it back again. Dangerous ball in. Goalkeeper comes out. Aoife Boland does really well. From Corofin's point of view, the longer to keep the ball at this end of the field, the better. There's 6.5 minutes gone in injury time. If you're from Corofin, you're thinking, how is it not over? But it probably is now, because that's an absolutely superb point from Louise Brown.
Great to see her getting the scoreboard, and spread out the scores a bit.
And that's it. And Corofin are Junior A county champions. They've won it by 2 points, 116-38. An engrossing Junior A county final. It was just magnificent. So competitive, great scores, great defending, great attacking, the odd mistake here and there, and that all adds up to a superb hour starting.
Yeah, great game of hurling, a great game of Camogie. We won't be saying hurling or we'll be killed, but it was a fantastic game, and both sides hell for leather, for a full, I suppose, what we played there, 37 in the second half. It was just been an outstanding game, in fairness to everyone.
We're going to take a very quick commercial break here on Channel Clare, and we'll be back very soon, and we'll be getting some post-match analysis.
The gaze of Loophead Lighthouse illuminates the county, so while ships are steered to safety, on land it reveals a bounty. The cliffs of Moor, Fenora Beach, Vandeleur Gardens, 9 blue flag beaches, by foot or bike or car, entirely within reach. And it's all there, in Clare. And the beams of Loophead Lighthouse brighten the wild Atlantic way, bees pollinate the heather, offshore dolphins jump and play. Bunratty banquets unique style, a multitude of caves, the Holy Isle. 100,000 welcomes hospitality with a smile, not to mention more than 7,500 archaeological sites. Sure, it's all there in Clare. The wonders of Loophead Lighthouse shines down upon the banner, home of Brian Boru and Cuchulainn too, O'Connell, Cusack and Dev's old manor. The burn where nature does unfold, Pool na Brone Dolmen more than 5,000 years old. Within Ireland's hidden heartlands where stories are still told, the freshest food served hot and cold, it's all there in Clare. For the county town of Ennis or a village beside the sea, from ancient native woodlands with such bird life in the trees, a wellness comes upon you. As the time begins to slow, it even inspired the submarine that below the waters go. So whether for culture or for history, or the perfect place to rest, when the time is right, enjoy the sights with hospitality at its best. All under the gaze of Loophead Lighthouse. And it's all there in Clare. Find out more at visitclare.ie.
And we're back live at Father McNamara Park. Corofin have just won an absolutely thrilling Junior A county final against Broadford. I'm joined by Aoibhinn Malone, the Channel Clare player of the match. Aoibhinn, you're just about getting your breath back. What a game.
Yeah, geez, we went right down to the end there. We knew coming out here it was going to be tough. We played Broadford already this year and played them last year as well. They're a tough side. There's nothing between us really. It even came down to the last second there. Just got over the line by a point, so yeah, we're delighted.
I think there was it was definitely 6 minutes of injury time. It must have been the longest 6 minutes that you ever put on.
My heart's still in my mouth. We're just, everyone from goalie right down to core and forward just gave it our all there. The last 15 minutes we just had at the water break, we had a chat. We said, look, we were here this time last year. We know how it feels to lose county final. We just came out and gave it all, and luckily got over the line. So
your own performance, Aoibhinn, you must be very happy both from play and freeze. Some great ball into you as well, in fairness, but you won a lot of ball yourself too.
Yeah, look, everyone played well. Like Aoife Ford even in the back, the ball she was coming out with, Karina there centre back. Everyone really gave it us all, so just lucky to get a few frees there and put them over, I suppose.
And just the last thing, Aoibhinn, it's been a very strange year for everyone. Yeah. You'll really enjoy this. It'll mean even more given how unusual the year has been, I suppose.
Yeah, stop. Look, when we met back in January or whatever, we were training in the hall. Then when lockdown came, nobody thought this was going to be the year. We didn't know if we were going to be playing or not, but we kept going all through lockdown on our own. We were even doing like Zooms in all our own houses, meeting up, doing fitness together. And look, it obviously stood to us there. We really had our eye on the cup here at the end of the summer, so yeah, we're delighted.
Well done, Aoibhinn, great stuff.
Thanks.
Many congratulations and enjoy it. I'm going to talk now to one of the Corofin management team, Alan Herher. Alan, many congratulations. What was the heart rate like 5 or 6 minutes ago when you were still in injury time?
Jesus, Peter, this game was in the balance. It was not a knife edge. It was a 50-50 game, and every ball was so hard fought for. Like, you know what I mean? Like when Broadford got that goal there, they put them a couple of points, and then Siobhan Lane pulled off a great save there with a couple of minutes to go when they were pressing hard, and that gave us that bit of momentum to go down the field again, just tack on a few scores. And looking up, we won a few frees, and Aoibhinn knocked them over, like, you know, and that gave us a bit of a cushion. But then Broadford came back again, and she was in the balance. It was a whistle, like, you know, it was some game, like.
Yeah, it was just unbelievable, and I suppose the thing that really stood out was the heart on both teams. You won it by a point, you're delighted, but you know Broadford contributed so much to that game as well.
Oh, big time Broadford. We knew coming today now the game was going to be a tough, hard, physical battle, and that's what we got. But I think losing last year's final really stood to our girls because it gave them that extra bit of a push when we in the last couple of minutes. So they really wanted it. They put in a savage effort all year, and to get the reward today is massive for them. Do you know what I mean?
And Alan, just a very final thing, we can just see how much it means. I mean, they're just ecstatic. But you could even see your last chat there in the water break. You know, they weren't going to leave this behind them.
No, we were here today to win. Simple as that. Now we were no excuses. Now we were going to leave it out in the field, and fair play to them they did. And you should see the delight in their faces after the game. Like, you know, credit to them. Unbelievable group of girls to work with. Like, they gave everything they gave, and today, as I said, to get the reward today makes it all worthwhile for them.
Alan, well done, many congratulations.
Thanks so much, Peter.
Enjoy it.
Thank you.
We're almost at an end here from our coverage of the finals on Channel Clare over the weekend, and just a wrap-up comment from our match analyst or weekend analyst, Anne-Marie, your take on today's game and I suppose the whole weekend.
I'm delighted for Corofin. As Alan said, losing last year's final, they were here for the win today, and I'm delighted they won for Alicia Malone. She's been playing all the championship, broke her hand obviously, and it's a pity that she couldn't line out, but a fantastic game of Camogie here today, as we've been calling it all the weekend, the Festival Camogie. I think it's been outstanding right from yesterday's game, albeit it wasn't as entertaining, but I think unbelievable in their effort to win the McMahon Cup.
Yeah, the quality of their performance was just fantastic.
And you'd be nearly tipping them now in the Munster Championship, and they're playing the Cork winners. But it's been a great weekend. Junior B this morning was really entertaining. For anyone that had tuned in, the intermediate game today to the Father Murray Cup, and to finish it off with that quality of a Camogie game. It's all down to Channel Clare, yourself, Mark Dunphy, Alan Foodie, everyone who has given the opportunity to Camogie to be shown for near and far, I suppose, in Ireland and abroad, and it's just been a great weekend, and it's delighted to be involved in it.
Okay, thanks very much indeed to Anne-Marie for all of her help this weekend. Thanks to everyone who helped to make it possible, in particular Clare County Council and Visit Clare for their sponsorship of the weekend, and also to our advertisers. So for myself, Peter O'Connell, many thanks for tuning in and for the feedback over the weekend. That's about it for now from Father McNamara Park, so thanks again and good night.
Well done.
Well, we try and cater for almost all age brackets, and we have some of the best brands in the world within the walls of the shop. Anything from Boss down to Ted Baker, through to Tommy Hilfiger, right down to G-Star, Super Dry, Tommy Bow as a local brand. Yeah, so we have a cross section of price ranges and a good cross section of brands.
Wish best of luck to all the girls that are giving it their 100% for their club. Over the weekend, may you enjoy it first and foremost, and may the best team win, and best of luck, girls. I managed to get as far as the county junior team myself back in the day, and wow, what a buzz and what a sport. So enjoy it, girls, and best of luck to all the teams. Gurmila Magwith. Slán.
Companies across Ireland are opening back up. And now, more than ever, businesses across the island need our support. At Amber Fire Protection Limited, our focus is on sharing our decades of experience in the fire protection industry. Experience that can help your business.
Hi everybody, Mary Howard here, the Mayor of Clare, and I just wanted to check in with you here on this most important weekend. It's the biggest weekend of the year for Clare Club Camogie, and I wish to extend my best wishes to all 4 competing teams in the senior and intermediate finals. You've done your communities and your clubs proud. I'm a very proud Clare woman, I'm a very proud hurling supporter, and I'm delighted to see the game in Clare go from strength to strength. Have a great weekend, have great fun, and God bless.